Welcome to your Building Strength video. Today we will be working on alignment, the pelvic floor, breathing, and strengthening your low back and abdominal muscles. The only props you'll need today are 2 blocks. Let's find our position on all fours, hands and knees. Go ahead and begin by spreading the fingers nice and wide, creating a firm foundation between your thumbs and index fingers. Take the knees a little bit wider than hip distance apart and firmly plant the tops of the feet into your mat. As you inhale, arch the back, looking up, finding yourself in cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, coming into cat. Let's warm up the body by taking several rounds of this posture, inhaling and arching, exhaling and rounding, and linking the breath to our movement. So 1 breath for each posture. Exhale and round. 1 more time, inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Go ahead and find yourself in a neutral posture, so going over that fundamental alignment where we draw the navel towards the spine, hugging baby into the belly. And we'll tuck the toes and just hover the knees off our mat a few inches. Press down into both hands. Press baby up towards spine, keeping the entire abdominal wall engaged. Stay here for 3, 2. As you exhale, open the knees as wide as the mat. Release them to the floor. Find yourself in a child's pose, stretching through the arms. Take a deep breath into the low back. As you exhale, lengthen through the fingertips. Feel the heart melt a little bit closer. 1 more time, big breath in. Exhale and release. Find your body back into our neutral position, all fours, hands and knees. And this time, let's step back with the left leg. Keeping the toes tucked, just rock forward and back, feeling a stretch along the calf. And we're gonna work on spinal balance, which strengthens the entire back body. As you inhale, float your left leg off the ground, and as you exhale, reach and extend through the right fingertips. You may already begin to notice that the body feels a little unbalanced or a little wobbly, depending on where you are during the pregnancy. You're going to work by drawing once again navel towards spine, feeling the inner left thigh lift up, and we'll stay here for 2 more breaths, reaching through the fingertips. Body is nice and long. Engaging low back, low belly. 1 more breath in. As you exhale, release everything back to your mat. Find a comfortable position seated on the heels. And as you inhale, sweep both arms up, giving the shoulders a break. And exhale the hands down to the heart. We'll do that 1 more time. Inhale, sweep both hands up. Exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. Come back into your neutral position, all fours, hands and knees. Stepping back with the right leg this time, begin to rock forward onto your fingertips, stretching and reaching through your heel, and warming up the calf and the hamstring a couple more times. Make sure your low belly is engaged here and you have that abdominal awareness. Come back to a neutral spine, and as you inhale, float the right leg up. As you exhale, reach and extend through the left fingertips. So it's important here to focus more on the belly than how high the leg is going. So if you need to lower your lifted leg, please do so in order to find this lift through the belly. Take 1 more breath here, lengthening out through fingertips and heel. And as you exhale, release everything back onto your mat. Knees are going back to a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Toes are gonna tuck, and we're gonna inhale, float the knees off the ground a couple more breaths, finding a transitional period between we lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. So this will probably be your first opening of the day in the lower back and the shoulders. Take your time here as you bend one knee at a time. You can open the feet as wide as the mat. If you're in your third trimester, you can even walk your feet off of the mat, giving baby a little bit more space and just rocking from side to side here. And then once again, bending one knee and then the other. And we'll come back onto tiptoes, and as we exhale, hover the knees right above the ground. Navel drawing to spine, tailbone is lengthening down towards the mat. Take one more breath in. Exhale, lower the knees, reach the hips back, rest in your child's pose. Take 2 recovery breaths here, aware of your heartbeat, aware of your breath. And we'll go ahead and rise back up onto all fours and come to have a seat. So we're going to work the abdominal muscles a little differently now. Taking the hands, externally rotate the fingers and place them behind your back. We're going to go ahead and extend, straightening through your right leg, and then bending the knee. Exhaling, straightening and extending through your left leg, and bend the knee. Go back to extending and reaching through the right leg, and we're going to lower it slowly. Belly is still drawing to spine, and inhale, bring it up. Exhale and lower. Inhale, bring it up. We'll do that 3 more times. 2. Last one. Bend the knee and release. Inhale, extend left leg. Exhale, lower 1. Inhale, lift. Exhale 2, inhale, lift, exhale 3, inhale, lift, last time, 4, lift, release on 5. Cross the legs, bring the hands to the lap as you inhale, shrug the shoulders up to the ears, and relax them down the back. Go ahead, close the eyes, engage your pelvic floor, feeling everything lift up. Take a deep squeeze of your pelvic floor muscles. Navel is drawing towards the spine. Baby is being hugged in. Stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Blink your eyes to open. We'll work on the side muscles now. Go ahead and stack your knees right on top of each other. So this can be done with the forearm to the floor, or if you're a little bit more advanced, you can come into a side plank posture. For today, I'll be demonstrating with knees bent, forearm on the floor. For stability and balance, you can take your opposite hand, bring it in front, and we're going to inhale, lift the hips up. Exhale, lower the hips back down to the floor. And moving with your breath, inhale, hips lift, side abdominal muscles are engaged, exhale and lower. Inhale, hips lift, exhale down. We'll take this 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and release. Take a seat, come back, knees are bent, spine is tall. Inhale, seated cat-cow arch. Exhale, round, chin to chest. Inhale, shoulders broad, throat opens. Exhale, round spine, chin to chest. One more. Neutralizing the spine and getting it to return back to its original position. Find your tall spine and let's switch sides. Both knees are bent, coming down onto the forearm 10 times, fingertips in front for stability. Inhale for 1, exhale and lower. Inhale, really squeezing the ribs in. Exhale, hips drop down for 2. Inhale, 3, and down. Remember, at any point, if you want to take this on side plank, you can keep it here. The hips may or may not touch. Also another variation, taking one foot in front. We have 5 more. Lower, lift, 4, lift, 3, lift, 2, lift, and 1. Go ahead and bring your body into a plank position or transition onto all fours. Come back and rest in your child's pose. Remember that the thighs and knees are wide enough for baby to have space. Inhale into the low back, mid and upper back. Forehead is resting, face is soft. One more breath in. Exhale and let it go. Let's make our way into our final abdominal exercise by transitioning back onto all fours, hands and knees. If you are taking full plank, step back, both feet hip distance apart. You can also find modified plank by bringing the knees down onto the ground, tops of the feet resting. Keep the posture and correct alignment of plank with shoulders stacked directly over wrists. And we're going to minimize that sway in the low back by once again drawing navel up towards the spine, lengthening tailbone down towards the knees, and hugging the outer hips together. So for those of you who tend to hyperextend in the elbows, keep a slight micro bend here and work on engaging the triceps. We're going to stay here for 3, working everything from the tip of the tailbone to the thoracic spine, full abdominal engagement. Take one more breath in. Exhale, go ahead and release. Find a seat resting on your heels. Palms face down on the lap. Has a calming effect on the nervous system. And just breathe. Inhaling, feeling that expansion in your belly and your chest. Exhaling and feeling everything soften. We're going to go ahead and make our way to stand. So walk your hands back to all fours, hands and knees. Knees are slightly wider than hip distance apart. We'll tuck the toes, press the hips back and up, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, step the feet a little wider so we can prepare to stand, walking the hands all the way back to meet the feet. As you inhale, put a bend to the knees, look up halfway, flat back. As you exhale, fold, keep this bend to the knees. Engage your pelvic floor. And as you exhale, press down into the bottoms of the feet and begin to roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders shrug up to the ears and down the back. And again, bring the shoulders high and lower them down. So we're going to find that alignment one more time as we end with 3 half sun salutes. So feet a little wider than hip distance apart. Take your hand to the lower belly. Draw the navel in and up. Low back is lengthening. Tailbone is moving down towards the floor. Today, keep a slight bend to the knees so that you feel the lower body beginning to activate and wake up. We're going to inhale, arms wide, reaching for the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive down, keeping the low back engaged. Forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway, flat back. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise to stand, join the palms. Exhale, hands down to the heart. We're going to run through that 2 more times. Modification, if you cannot touch your fingertips to the floor, go ahead and bring the floor up to meet your hands, so using the blocks. Feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart, tailbone lengthening down, navel towards spine. Inhale, reach both hands up. Exhale, forward fold, slight bend to knees, hands to blocks. Inhale, straighten both arms, look up halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, engaging the core. Exhale, hands down to the heart. 1 more. Inhale, both hands sweep. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway, flat back. Exhale and fold. Inhale, squeeze the core, rise to stand. Exhale, hands down to your heart. That concludes our building strength practice today. Thank you.